Hi, everybody. Welcome to the very first / intro episode of the Slimming Surgeon podcast. I am your host, Dr. Kandace Kichler, and today we're going to keep it short and simple. I'm going to go over a little bit of who I am. I'm going to talk to you about what we're going to talk about in the next many episodes that I have. And then I'm also going to leave you with a little bit of advice. So I'm going to end the episode with 3 of the biggest or most influential pieces of advice that I've been given so that you learn a little something here today and keep coming back for more. So to get started, I'm Dr. Kandace Kichler. I'm a board certified surgeon. I work at Haas Plastic Surgery in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. I started my life. I grew up on a farm in Alabama. Fast forward, I went to medical school. I went to Auburn for undergrad, medical school in Alabama at the University of South Alabama, and I landed in general surgery residency at the University of Miami. From there, I did extra training in weight loss surgery or bariatrics through Cleveland Clinic, Florida. I then got board certified in obesity medicine and opened my own med spa. So North Palm Beach Aesthetics was my first kind of toe dip into the aesthetic world, as well as my training through general surgery. And then I was given this amazing opportunity to do a cosmetic surgery fellowship. I did this through Haas Plastic Surgery, and then I joined them as a surgeon in the office. So for over a year now, I've been doing cosmetic plastic surgery, everything from breast lifts, breast augmentations, or implants. I've been taking out implants. I've been doing tummy tucks, liposuction, basically anything head to toe, including the injectables like I used to do at North Palm Beach Aesthetics. So my life kind of took a total different direction than what I thought when I first maybe entered medical school, but it has been a turn for the best, and I am super fortunate to be where I am in my career at this point, at my age. And a couple other things about me. I'm a mom. I have 2 sons, Charlie and Camden. I have a husband, Nick. So I have a busy, busy life, and it's fun. And that's why I wanted to kind of start this platform so we can talk about literally anything. We're going to talk about plastic surgery, of course. We're going to talk about aesthetics. We're going to talk about the business of medicine, which is really crazy today versus 10, 15, 20 years ago. We're going to talk about why I left weight loss surgery specifically. And then my interest. So nutrition, weight loss, exercise. Not only is it something that I'm interested in, but I have so many friends in this health and wellness space that I want you to hear from them. So I'm going to have many guests. And then the other aspect of my life and kind of my mind that I really enjoy is building your brand. So are you an entrepreneur? Are you building your business? Are you creating something? And so I'm going to have guests on to talk about what they're doing. Maybe if it's not even related at all to what I do or what I'm interested in, but if they're successful, I think there's something to learn. And then we'll talk about being a mom, all the struggles, all the wonderful things that come with that, raising a family, and then keys to success, personal development, really anything. So that is what we're going to do. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really educational. And I want you guys to just be along for the ride. Some of my episodes are going to be really short and sweet and to the point. Other ones with guests may be a little longer so that we can really dive in and, get deep down and nitty gritty into all the topics. And that way you learn something. So with that being said, I'm going to go over 3 pieces of advice. These are the 3 things, when I was racking my brain, what are some of the best pieces of advice that I've been given in my life, in my career, in my personal life, just what has helped me to get to where I am today. And while I'm not as successful as I plan to be, I am pretty successful for where I came from, in my opinion. So number one is really a quote. Okay. It's not necessarily a piece of advice, but the quote or the phrase is, if not now, when? And that to me just kind of harps on the, fact that you need to take action. If you're not doing something today, if you're not taking that step or taking that leap, when will you? Like, what are you waiting for? We're not promised tomorrow. We all learned that through COVID, that things are crazy and you never know what life is going to throw at you the next day. So if you've got a goal, do it. Take actionable steps every single day. We listen to people, give us advice all the time. And it's always like, oh, be 1% better, make lists, do these things. But really just remember, life is not promised. And if you want something, you've got to go after it. If not now, when? So just do it. And I've really taken that to heart with all of my career changes. And it has only worked out for me in the best way. Number 2, which I think is so important, obviously these are all important, is to never burn a bridge. So we all are going to come into contact with people who are like the complete opposite of us, who think totally differently, who have different political opinions, different religious opinions, different personal preferences. They may dress really horribly. But the one thing I've learned especially through working in the hospital and, working with a lot of different personalities, is that you never really want to burn a bridge. You never know when you may need to help that person out or when that person may need to help you out. And little differences really don't mean that much when you're in the thick of it. When I'm trying to save someone's life, back in my day when I was working in the hospitals and doing, more intensive surgery and having patients in the ICU, at the end of the day, the person next to me that was helping me through a code or through a major operation, it didn't matter, if they were of a different background than me or if we thought differently. It was about that moment, taking action and saving the day or whatever it may be. And you never know if that person may come back and help you in your career in the long run. You never know if that connection may help you to reach the next level in your career. So number 2 piece of advice, never burn a bridge. Okay. And number 3, which I think is also so important if you're trying to advance yourself, is to say yes. We are often so easy to, kind of retract and stay in our bubble when we're given new opportunities or there's this opportunity to learn something new. It's very easy to say no and say, I'm not interested, or to kind of retreat and not advance yourself and stay comfortable. But in order to make progress, you have to be uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So saying yes is the first step, because if you don't even give an opportunity a chance, you're never going to get the opportunity to be uncomfortable. And I know that's a lot of the same words over and over again, but the main thing is say yes, do something about it, make a move, take the opportunity. If it doesn't work out, you can always go back to what you were doing before, and this applies specifically like to me in aesthetics and in surgery. There are new techniques that we see all the time. And while I use discernment and I don't try everything that's new and great, the latest and greatest, you do want to educate yourself and you do want to be in the top of your field. And that goes, with raising children, the way that we parent is very different today than maybe it was when we were growing up. Taking opportunities with our kids, with our spouses, doing things that we maybe weren't raised to do. I think it's important that you say yes when you're given opportunities and kind of let everything fall into place from there. So with that being said, those are my 3 pieces of advice or kind of life lessons that I have been taught through the years and that have really done well with me and with my career. Again, number 1, if not now, when? So remember, take action. Number 2, never burn a bridge. And number 3, say yes. So with that being said, this is the end of my intro first episode. I am so appreciative of all of you who are here, and I can't wait for future episodes where we will learn more. The important thing to do is to follow me, number 1, like my podcast, like the episodes, and of course, super important, leave a 5-star review so we can spread the word and have a lot of fun together. Thank you.